Broward, and the Keys. This is South Florida's CBS 4 News This Morning.
Good Monday morning. It is December 8th. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Walter McCollum.
And I'm Summer Knowles. Rain and Allie has the day off. Right now, let's go ahead and get your traffic and weather together. CBS 4 Vanessa Borge standing by with a look at your morning commute.
But listen, all right, Vanessa, thank you very much. We begin now with breaking news this morning off of Elliott Key, where crews are responding to reports of a sunken boat.
And right now, we're hearing there are possibly some people in the water. Let's get you straight out to CBS 4's Gabby Fleischman, who is live at Black Point Marina with the details. Gabby, good morning.
Good morning, Summer and Walter. Right now
at 5:04, gunfire erupts in a South Florida neighborhood, and a 3-year-old girl is injured in the crossfire. This all happened Sunday afternoon in Liberty City, and we are now hearing from that child's father, who says once he heard the gunshots, he started firing his own gun. CBS 4's Travell Island has the latest. 5:06 right now. Protesters took to South Florida streets for a third day on Sunday, calling for justice and action. The group shutting down I-195 in both directions at one point on a very busy weekend, blocking traffic after recent decisions by grand juries not to indict white officers in the death of unarmed black men. As thousands of art lovers from all over the world wrapped up the last day of Art Basel, demonstrators marched through Midtown and Wynwood in protest. There were no arrests and no injuries reported. Meanwhile, in California, a second night of protests in Berkeley turned unruly as some demonstrators there smashed windows and walked onto a freeway. There were no immediate reports of arrest or injuries, but coming up at 5:30, we will have more coverage on the protests nationwide. We'll also hear from President Obama on his concerns about racial tension in the country.
And now to
the call was not for me, but we're taking care of that. Now back to you.
All right, Lisa, thank you.
I think maybe they were calling in about a traffic situation in Broward. They wanted
I was just
Vanessa.
going to say, let's see if it was for you.
Out.
Nice.
Any new information?
So there is some new information. Anne-Marie just related to me since she's the one that picked up the phone. I-95, we had an accident on 5.
So thank you. And the Royals have officially arrived in New York City. Prince William and Duchess Kate have a jam-packed schedule while in the U.S.
That's right. And CBS 4's Don Champion joins us live from New York this morning with the very latest. Don, good morning.
Casters.
5:20 right now. Rolling Stone magazine is backtracking once again, this time clarifying its apology over a story that had reported a female student was gang raped at a University of Virginia fraternity. All right, here's the deal. The magazine now says the mistakes in reporting were its own fault and not the alleged victim's fault. The original note issued on Friday said its trust in the alleged victim was misplaced, then spurring critics to say the magazine was blaming the victim. That line has now been removed.
Buttons.
All right, 5:21 right now. Coming up, a big night at the White House.
Yeah, the 2014 Kennedy Center honorees are named, the funny man who led the ceremony, and the big winners this time around.
Plus, the future of fast food. McDonald's new plans for its menu to bring in customers in the wake of slowing sales. We've got that coming up in your Morning Money Watch.
And here's a look at what's happening in South.
Good morning. Welcome back. 5:24. This morning's pop news. It was a very special night at the White House for the annual Kennedy Center honors. Among this year's inductees, Sting, actor Tom Hanks, comedian Lily Tomlin, singer Al Green, and ballerina Patricia McBride. The president and first lady were also on hand, of course, and comedian Stephen Colbert was the host. Now, it was the 37th Kennedy Center honors, and we will air the entire event on December 30th right here on CBS 4. The Hunger Games: Mockingjay ruled the box office once again this weekend. The third film of the popular franchise brought in an estimated $21.6 million. Meanwhile, animated flick Penguins of Madagascar trailed right behind the number 2 spot, raking in just over $11 million over the weekend. And sequel Horrible Bosses 2 rounded out the top 3. The star-studded comedy made $8.6 million during its second weekend. All right, we all know Justin Timberlake is a talented singer, dancer, actor, but now apparently he's also a cameraman. Check this out. During Sunday's Memphis Grizzlies game against our own Miami Heat, JT showed off his camera skills, taking over one of the courtside cameras during the second quarter. What? What's going on here? By the way, Timberland, he's a Memphis native. He's also a minority owner of the Grizzlies, so I guess that's what you can do when you're an owner.
I was just about to say, if you're the owner, you can do whatever you want.
Now, the Heat lost. I think it was because of that. That's why. They were distracted by all that JT camera stuff
I think you're right. What do you think, Vanessa?
Dolphins lost, the Heat lost. I'm over it. I don't want to talk about it. It's Monday morning. Let's talk about traffic, South Florida. I-95.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys. This is South Florida's CBS 4 News This Morning.
Right now at 5:30, a deadly chain reaction crash in the Everglades when a driver slams into a black bear on Alligator Alley. We'll tell you how many people were killed in that crash.
And for a third day, protesters blocked traffic on major roadways here in South Florida to make their voices heard. How President Obama is now responding to anger over grand jury's decisions not to indict white officers in the death of unarmed black men. It's 5:30 on Monday, December 8th. Thank you for joining us. I'm Summer Knowles in for Rhiannon Alley.
And I'm Walter McCullough. Good morning to you. Vanessa Boyd is also with us. She's going to help us get to work and school on time. We'll hear from her in just a moment.
But first, let's get you over to meteorologist Lisette Gonzalez for a look at our forecast. Good morning, ladies.
Good Monday morning. 55, guys.
All right, thanks, Vanessa. 5:32 right now. We are following some breaking news out of Miami-Dade County. Rescue crews were called out this morning to reports of a capsized boat off of Elliott Key. 2 people were reported missing in the water, and we're now told they have been found and they are expected to be okay. It's still unclear what exactly happened to the boat, though. We'll continue to follow this breaking news story very closely for you and bring you the very latest as it becomes available.
And hear more of your morning's work.
I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe!
Now at 5:33, calls for justice and action. Protesters once again hitting the streets of South Florida. Now for a third day, protesters blocked traffic after recent decisions by grand juries not to indict white officers in the death of unarmed black men. The group shut down I-195 in both directions Sunday afternoon. CBS 4's Marian Martinez has the very latest.
Demonstrations.
And President Obama is speaking out about community concerns and calls for justice and equality. The president said in an interview with BET that he's advising young Americans to be steady and not give up.
When you're dealing with something as deep all the way there.
And of course, stay with CBS 4 and CBSMiami.com for continuing coverage of the protests across the country. We'll bring you any new developments in the story as they happen.
An investigation is on.
5:38 right now. Veterans who survived the Pearl Harbor attack 73 years ago, they were honored at a ceremony in Hawaii Sunday. 4 of the last 8 survivors of the sunken USS Arizona paid tribute to those who lost their lives that day. On December 7th, 1941, more than 1,000 sailors and Marines were killed by Japanese bombers, the attack launching the United States into World War II.
All right, and still to come, you've heard of Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
Absolutely, but coming up, it's Green Monday. Why today is one of the biggest shopping holidays of the year.
And a touchdown turns into an all-out brawl. We'll tell you what caused the scuffle.
Plus the impressive turnout, amount of money raised, and number of toys collected for this year's Toys in the Sun Run.
And here's a look at tonight's prime flash floods.
Ouch. 5:42. Thankful that we don't have any severe weather in our neck of the woods.
No, it was a nice weekend. I know you had the chance to head out to some of the Basel events.
I did. I had a blast. Met a lot of people actually that watch our show. Yes. Elsie and Michelle Saginsin, fans of our show. Good morning to you guys. How about you? Did you get to see any?
No, this weekend was all about around 74 degrees. What do you think, guys?
I like it.
I love it.
Nice forecast, Lisette. Thank you for that.
All right, so early on we had a few issues. You had an injury accident, you had debris on the road. How's it looking now?
All of the above. We still have them all. Broward County, they get an A+. There's no accidents, no construction, nothing going on. Miami-Dade, we're going to start.
Is best known for being Kim Kardashian's best friend, if you didn't know who he is. The event was all in honor of Art Basel.
Oh, that guy, right? 5:47. Ready, set, ride. Thousands of motorcyclists hit the streets over the weekend for the annual Toys in the Sun Run. Riders dressed in holiday garb started the parade from Mardi Gras Casino in Hollandale Beach all the way to sunrise. The motorcycle parade is one of the biggest holiday charity events here in South Florida.
And all new dogs in the city for you now. This week we meet Gatsby, a precious dog in need of a loving home.
That's right. Here's CBS 4 anchor Rhiannon Alley with more.
He looks a little preoccupied. Maybe they should have brought his peanut butter along.
I know. Who doesn't like peanut butter? He is so cute. All
right, that'll do it for CBS 4 This Morning at 5.
CBS 4 This Morning at 6 a.m. starts right now.
A deadly... Good morning, South Florida. It is 6 a.m. on this Monday, December 8th. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Walter McCullough.
And I'm Summer Knowles in for Rhiannon Alley. We've got your traffic and weather together right now. CBS 4 Vanessa Boyd standing by with a look at your morning commute.
But first, let's
CBS 4 Sports.
All right, thanks, Jim. We'll keep our fingers crossed.
Yes.
All right, 6:08 right now. Coming up, royal visit.
Yeah, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge are waking up in New York City this morning. We're live with what's on their agenda for their big whirlwind 3-day trip.
Plus, a star-studded salute at the Kennedy Center Honors Gala, the A-list winners who made it this year.
Plus, welcome back. It is 6:12 on this Monday morning. Glad you're with us.
Yes. A cooler start this morning.
It feels wonderful out there.
It was refreshing.
Wasn't it? Yes. Roll down the windows, or if you're a South Floridian and it's a little too cool for you, you can turn on the car seat heater. I know many of you might be doing that. You know, here
it's not that cold yet.
It's not that cold yet, but for some of us, you know how it is. But guys,
all right. Do you think it's cool today? Wait till Wednesday.
I know. I like it. Bring it on. I know you're gonna have your winter coat on and
scarf. Boots, the whole thing. No shame in my game. I am freezing all the time. I'm freezing right now. So this morning is
CBS 4 News.
All right, thanks, Maribel. 6:28 right now in your morning pop news. It was a very special night at the White House for the annual Kennedy Center honors. Among this year's inductees, Sting, actor Tom Hanks, comedian Lily Tomlin, singer Al Green, and ballerina Patricia McBride. The president and first lady were also on hand, of course, and comedian Stephen Colbert was the host. It was the 37th Kennedy Center Honors, and we will air the entire event for you on December 30th right here on CBS 4. All right, The Hunger Games: Mockingjay, it ruled the box office once again this weekend. The third film of the popular franchise brought in an estimated $21.6 million. It was fantastic, by the way. I saw it. Animated flick Penguins of Madagascar, they trailed behind in the number 2 spot, raking in just over $11 million over the weekend. And sequel Horrible Bosses 2, it rounded out the top 3. The star-studded comedy made $8.6 million during its second weekend. All right, we all know Justin Timberlake. He's a talented singer, dancer, actor, right? But apparently now he's also a cameraman. Check this out. During Sunday's Memphis Grizzlies game against our own Miami Heat, JT here showed off his camera skills, taking over one of the courtside cameras during the second quarter. By the way, he's a Memphis native and also the minority owner of the Grizzlies. So I guess you can do that when you own half the team or part of the team, right?
I would have liked to see the shot that he was taking. You know,
right,
see if he hit a steady hand there.
It doesn't look too steady. I think that was a distraction for our Heat, too, because you know they lost that game.
I do know that.
Yeah,
but when the boss says he wants to be the cameraman, you let the boss be the cameraman.
That's right.
Right, Lisette?
Yeah, absolutely. And you're right, Summer. I think that was very sneaky of Justin Timberlake.
Right.
He was trying to divert attention. And but I'm torn because I'm a huge fan of Justin Timberlake. But I'm.
And that's a 6:32 right now, and we are following some breaking news for you right now out of Los Angeles. This is where a massive fire has shut down portions of 2 major freeways there. Go ahead and take a look. We've got some live pictures from the scene in LA where more than 250 firefighters were called out to battle this blaze. And it looks like they've done a pretty good job. You don't see many flames right there. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the pictures we got earlier. The fire engulfed a building that was planned to be a tall residential structure. And you can see those flames are ripping through that structure. Officials don't believe anyone was working or living there at the time of the fire. The cause is still unknown right now, but we do know that no injuries have been reported.
All right, meanwhile here.
You're not finding that funny. Summer?
Apparently not. All right, now Jill, changing topics a little bit. We hear Marilyn Monroe's love letters were sold this weekend. For how much?
Well, the letters love that they actually wrote love letters. Summer?
I know. We don't do that these days, huh? Okay. All right.
Emails. Not quite as romantic.
And I don't think they'll be worth as much either. Thank you for that report, Joe.
Email if you're lucky. Otherwise, it's a text.
A text.
Yes.
Yeah. Is that how you do your love letters? Via text?
Well. I'm old-fashioned. I love cards. I love writing.
All right, 6:53. The power of social media made itself known after users helped reunite a lucky couple with a lost wedding ring. Check this out. A 21-year-old from Massachusetts found the ring while diving in Mexico. He then posted a picture on the story on Facebook, and soon it was being shared around the world. A Mexican couple apparently had lost the ring on their honeymoon. They thought it was gone until one of their cousins saw the Facebook post, which has spread to 100 countries. The finder was happy to then reunite them with the ring.
Nice for people.
And that was certainly a nice thing to do. The couple said they had been going through some tough times, and this was just the news they needed. Right on time. Good for them.
The power of social media, and that bride was happy, I bet, to get her ring back.
I'm sure he was. He paid the money for it.
All right, stick around. We'll have another check every morning's top stories coming up.
Stay with us. Be right back.
Welcome back. It is time now for CBS 4's top 4 stories before you head out the door.
3 people are dead after a car collided with a bear north of Alligator Alley, leading to a chain reaction. It happened Sunday evening. The black bear was killed after being hit by one car, but then a second car stopped to help. And that's when a third car plowed into that car, killing 3 people. 8 others were hospitalized, 5 of whom have been released.
And 2 people were rescued after their boat capsized.